Welcome back to another episode of The Jump. Quick turnaround. Updated the channel. I should get this up tonight. So, this morning, there was a video that came out and a podcast that came out. But, last night, as I was editing, some of the most heartbreaking news to me came out. Matthew Sluka, UNLV quarterback. He's the headliner of all the news today across the sports world. Matthew Sluka is a guy that played at Holy Cross. Didn't know a ton about him at Holy Cross. I'd seen him, heard about him, going to UNLV. I've posted him on the Jump Sports Twitter a couple of times. He's a guy that I just love watching. Love the way he plays football. Really, really solid quarterback. And now he's done for the year. No injuries, nothing. He ends up, some people say quitting. Some people say he's doing what's right. But Matthew Sluka steps away from the team today. And he ends up, I don't even know where to begin. He ends up possibly changing the course of college athletics till the end of time. This might be the most pivotal moment in college sports because what he's deciding to do, it depends what side you're taking. There's a lot of different angles. Pete Thamel is the one I would like to go with the most because he doesn't put out a whole lot of things that are wrong. And I guess we'll start there. Pete Thamel is the one that I was initially going off of today. And by the time I was about 11:30, 12, around there, he had put out that he was told, that Matthew Sluka was told by a UNLV coach that he would get $100,000 of NIL money, and he got like $3,000. If you look at it that from that angle, you're like, all right, yeah, that's horrible. I don't blame the guy. But there's also been reports coming out this morning and throughout the day that they had, obviously UNLV had been playing a phenomenal season. If you look right now, they're probably the favorite of a G5 school to make it to the college football playoff. They're the favorite in the Mountain West between them and Boise. This is a very, very good football team. He had played pretty well this season so far. They win at Houston. They win at Kansas. And the reports that people were putting out this morning was his family, they had hired an agent, and they thought that he wasn't being paid the right amount for what he's produced so far, getting those massive wins, and they just thought that it wasn't a fair amount that he was being paid for what he's producing. So from that aspect, you're like, wow, this guy's just a douchebag. I just don't understand. There's so many conflicting reports. Like I said, I want to go Pete Thamel. It's not often that he puts out anything wrong. Brett McMurphy had a small slip up earlier this morning too, but I don't know. This is pure chaos. This does back the fact of, I've said it numerous times on this channel. I've said that college athletics just needs contracts. It needs it down. There's no way, because this is verbal agreements that a coach in this instance has said to a player to get him to transfer, and he never ends up backing that up. If you have a contract, you legally have to back that up, and you're not going to throw out numbers that you can't pay. Across all of college athletics right now, you're getting, it's known, not everybody's getting what they're saying they're going to get whenever, say somebody is going to sign and they're telling them, on signing day, we'll give you $1 million. And then on signing day, they give them $500,000. They're still getting their money, but when it's this drastic of a difference, $100,000 to $3,000, that's life-changing money. And Sluka's a senior, so he's doing this because you can play 4 less games and you can still keep your red shirt. So he's doing this so that he can keep his red shirt, transfer, go somewhere else next year. And it all depends what side you're on. I would like to side with Pete Thamel, so I understand where he's coming from. I still understand why people would get mad about it. It's still not a great move, basically giving up on your team. But especially with this phenomenal start. But it's chaos. It's pure chaos. And as of right now, this looks like the team kind of takes the side of all right, get out of here. we're like, you don't want to be here, we don't want you here. So obviously, with Matthew Sluka being gone, Hajj Malik Williams will be the starter. A transfer from Campbell, a really elite quarterback, door threat. I mean, the Hajj Malik Williams era is underway, and it seems like the team is absolutely a fan of it. So Cameron Oliver, he tweets out, "God makes no mistakes." Greg Burrell, running back, he just tweets out 6, referring to the quarterback Hajj. So I mean, he wears number 6, so it felt like a positive thing. And then the number one takeaway of the tweets was Jackson Woodard, the captain of their defense. He responded to Barstool UNLV's post that said QB1, posted Hajj Malik Williams, and Jackson Woodard says, "About time, let's ride." So it seems like the team's got his back, and it seems like the team is ready to keep rolling. And obviously, Matthew Sluka, phenomenal quarterback, great football player. I'm not sure if a lot of this is coaching. UNLV is a really, really good football team that go offense. They're a blast to watch, and they don't win these games only because of him. Obviously, it may take a hit, just comfortability and just knowing the team, knowing the personnel and everything. I mean, that might take a little hit, but overall, UNLV is going to be fine. But this just shows the pure chaos that college football has right now, college athletics has right now. And I don't know where you even begin to make the change. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be shocking even to the parents and Matthew Sluka and all of this whenever they see the drastic change that this makes across all sports, because this is gonna be talked about like it's a Sluka thing. If you're balling out and you don't think you're getting enough money, people are going to ask for more money. I mean, this is kind of like a Jaden Rashada type thing. Like, he signed to Florida, didn't get the money he thought he was going to get, decommits, goes to Arizona State. It's just chaos. And I'm going to go with the side of Pete Thamel, because Pete Thamel is a phenomenal reporter, does great work for ESPN, and he says that he did not get the money he deserved. So that's what I'm landing at right now. I will talk about this on the next podcast. Maybe not on the recap podcast, but I might do another one once more stuff comes out. But this is an update it came out this morning, so we don't know everything. But I do want to mention, a couple hours later, running back Michael Allen enters the portal too, a transfer from NC State last year, and his was not based on NIL money. Michael Allen, solid running back, but didn't get a ton of touches. He tweeted out, which I have a lot of respect for this, he said, "My decision has no ties to NIL agreements. This is due to on-field opportunities. I did not receive a dime from any UNLV collective." And, I mean, you got to have respect for that. I mean, he openly says, don't put this along with Sluka. Like, it's a different thing. But he's entering the portal as well. I mean, that's 2 offensive players that played a decent amount of snaps. UNLV they have a ton of running backs. So, it's not going to be a huge hit, but, I don't know. But, like you mentioned, he did not receive a dime from an UNLV collective. That's part of the reason why this is so chaotic for college football is these schools need to be paying these players. They make so much money, and the NCAA doesn't force the schools to pay. And this might change here in a couple of years with different bills being signed or whatever. But this is all collective and all stuff that these collectives don't care. These companies don't care. Like, if they don't pay this player this money and the player doesn't think a lot of that company, then, what do they care? Like, it doesn't matter to them. It's a collective. It's not the school. And it's just got to be figured out. These schools got to start paying these players. It's getting ridiculous. There needs to be some form of contract, something. But that's where I stand. I side with Sluka. I don't think he should have done this in the season. He should have waited till after the season, maybe. It sucks because it's his last year, and maybe he doesn't have an NFL future or anything. So you can't fault him there, but it's wrong if what Pete Thamel is right. That if what Pete Thamel said is correct, it's wrong what was done to him by UNLV, or that UNLV coach and these UNLV collectives. Get the man his money, whether he's playing or not. He deserves it. There needs to be contracts in college football. See y'all.